Welcome back with KJ. We got Mystery Man over here. We're going to talk about some of the DC shows that come out in fall. Basically, well, his favorite Flash or Arrow.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got some stuff to say on that.
Ooh, please elaborate. Tell us what you think.
Well, as far as Arrow goes, I'm still shocked it's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew Batman with a bow and arrow could be so popular.
There was one comic book, I think he was with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, I'll stick to Batman with a gun, the original Batman.
Oh, God. We're talking about 1940s, 50s, 60s here?
You remember the original Batman? He worked out and he was just a killer.
And then they had to change it a bit so they could make it more, hey, kid-friendly.
Yeah, family friendly.
It was a bit too dark, but they went back dark.
Yeah.
But without guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got all these new shows that are coming out. We are all waiting for a Young Justice series on Netflix. We're waiting for live-action Teen Titan series. And then, the CW verse or CWDC universe. We got Arrow, we got Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and soon, it's not this season, it's supposedly going to come out in spring, Black Lightning.
Now that's a hero I've never heard of.
Black Lightning, he's one of the old school African American superhero.
I mean, it sounds like an interesting concept. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, his character in this show is basically, a guy who supposedly retired from being a hero to be more focused on his family, and basically, it's like, well, a lot of things going wrong in his neighborhood, so something happened to convince him to come back.
Nice.
And that's how they're going to start this new series, and I know that this is going to be away from the Flash, the Arrow, Supergirl. It's going to be its own show. You're not going to see the 4 or 5 episode team up they did the last 2-3 years.
Oh, boy.
He's going to be just his own TV series. It's pretty cool. And, Retired Superhero returns, and he's going to go ahead and kick some ass in his neighborhood. I am excited for that show. What do you think?
Well, from what you've said, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting concept, especially the fact that it's going to be separate from the Flash, Arrow, Supergirl verse.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me a little more hopeful.
Yeah.
Because as fun as the Flash and the Arrow can be,
mm-hmm.
the stories are just horrendous.
Ooh. I mean, you don't like Deathstroke?
I liked the character and the guy who played him,
mm-hmm.
but I think the way that they kind of made him in the Arrowverse was a bit bland.
Really?
Well, think about it from this. Look at the Deathstroke in the Arkham games. Okay, this is a Bible.
You mean the prequel Arkham game?
Yeah, in that one.
Okay.
And because you can even look at Deathstroke in Teen Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who comes off as a very powerful yet imposing force, and yet in Arrow, what do we have? Well, he taught the Arrow stuff, which is great, but then he just kind of disappears until other season or whatever. I mean,
second season, pretty much.
Yeah, I felt like it would have been. He's an interesting concept,
mm-hmm.
but the Green Arrow in himself in the Arrow series is
mm-hmm.
just too much Batman for me. I like Batman from the Arkham series and such,
mm-hmm.
but I think having that kind of overly dark hero
mm-hmm.
works best in small bursts.
Yeah.
And I think it was partially because I had the hope that they were actually going to give us the true Green Arrow.
It took them a while. I believe it's that they want to give people a Christopher Nolan somewhat type of dark tone, realistic superhero TV show.
They still could have had some fun with it because it's fine to have the dark tone, but I mean the Green Arrow was always supposed to be kind of a lively and jovial character.
He's a joking guy. He's a funny guy. He just have a lot of chasm with his other counterparts. And
it would have been interesting to see that persona in that grim, dark universe.
yes.
Because then it would have been such a disposition from it.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, everybody's pissed off, and he's like, it would be funny type of guy who's just gonna kick your ass and you see it coming. But yeah, I definitely understand. That's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to be like, oh no, in series. That's the thing, and a lot of people they saw it did well for his movies, so they're like, well, let's do the same for Arrow. If you wanted a Batman, you should have just give us Batman.
And I think that was the problem. Is they knew that they couldn't do Batman because it was still in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to give us that TV version of that dark, grim world.
Mm-hmm.
And who did they have that was the closest to Batman?
Green Arrow.
Exactly. So they tried, and to me, they did decent. But after I think about 2 seasons of that, especially with the retarded love triangles and BS, I just...
Yeah, you got Green Arrow Felicity, and you had Green Arrow, and before she became Canary, and then we had the sister, and then we had that triangle back and forth, and it's like, well, yeah, that's what threw me off on the 3rd season for Green Arrow. Like, I like the Deathstroke storyline. It was pretty cool. The action and everything was badass.
But if that's your best storyline...
That's what I'm saying. I start drifting away, and to the 4th season, to 5th, it started picking up again for me. In this last season, it was okay, but I really want the funny, outlandish, playboy type of Green Arrow. Like,
I mean, we technically have him. They just moved him over to a different series and gave him speed.
Flash. Well, he's no playboy, but he's a funny guy.
Yeah, I mean, jokes around.
He's a very light-hearted character compared to Ollie.
Yeah.
In this DC CW.
And I like the fact that when the Flash fails, it actually develops his character.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel that Oliver in the Arrow series, while sure he does get development, it is like with him constantly battling himself.
Oh man, the guy's always talking about, I want to get faster. I need to get faster. It's like, dude, you're fast. How fast do you want to... You're faster than most people. I've been told, like, yeah, your main villains are all demonic speedsters. I mean...
Of course, they don't tell us how fast he's moving until, we're going to compare you to the guy you're fighting against.
Exactly.
Like, you're the fastest man alive, but then, okay, now you're not that fast.
Exactly. And they did that for 3 seasons straight. It was like...
I'm done.
Yeah, like, this 3rd season was fun, and it was like, oh, shit. Come on, man. I know who's the villain, but...
Yeah, I'm done with the Flash. Like,
there's not going to be no speedsters. There's no more speedsters after this season. They promised no more villain speedsters.
Are you telling me they're going to be coming out with another season?
Yeah, 4th season, man.
Oh my god.
4th season coming out, man.
The ending was so perfect, though. They should have just left it.
You know, that would be the perfect ending to end off of Flash. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you guys did it right, you ended it, and now we just have Wally, and that's it, and don't even call it the Flash anymore. Pick something else.
Yeah, they might just call it Kid Flash, because guess who's taking up the mantle for him?
Oh my god.
And then they're like, that trailer, they're like, oh, we gotta find the Flash, because this guy all of a sudden came out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for the Flash. Like, really? I'm taking your city hostage. I'm like, really, guys?
Yeah, god.
Come on.
They need to get off the Flash fetish here. It's like, give Wally his chance. Like,
that's what I was hoping. Like, this season is going to be Wally being the Flash, but right in the trailer, they're talking about, yeah, we got to go find the Flash. This is the way we're going to catch... Oh, and then Caitlyn just shows up with the fucking gun out of nowhere. I was like, who do you think it's going to be? She said, who do you expect? I'm like, really? Come on.
Oh, my God.
So it's like, she was never Killer Frost? That's what it felt like when I saw that trailer. Like,
well, that was the thing I didn't like, is in that 3rd season when they turned her into Killer Frost. Okay, there was absolutely no reason for her personality to shift like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to say, oh no, well, all the people that get superpowers transform into just assholes. It's like, yeah, well, that kind of didn't work with Vibe, and that did not work with the Flash, obviously. So why the heck is she now just deciding to be evil? Oh, because I saw my twin counterpart as evil.
And then because it seemed to be an alternate reality that my counterpart is evil, and I have this split personality to go evil, like that makes no sense. Like all of a sudden, because you became a metahuman.
Yeah, it was such a forced part of the whole thing.
Want to be Iceman type of shit character. It's female version. And it's like,
I mean, if she had stayed the normal Caitlyn personality and gained the powers, it would have been very interesting to me to see her actually learn to use them.
Yes.
But they decided to go with Ice King from Adventure Time version, where the more you use these powers, the more evil you become.
Ooh. Damn. You see what he did? He's jumped from one TV show to another day. I don't even know much about that.
So now you gotta catch up on that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like how we have all these shows and then we don't know what the Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow is that show that will just give you new superheroes every season. So that's what I like about it. I don't have anything that makes me want to watch it every week, or I just like talking about them once the time. I'm gonna start talking about it again. Flash and Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl are weekly DC episodes.
I watched the first few episodes of Legend of Tomorrow. I liked the characters, and I thought some of the dynamics were interesting, but I just couldn't get into it.
Oh.
It was a harder one to get into.
So there's none out of the four you like: Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow.
Flash is probably the best one I like.
Mm-hmm.
I've not watched Supergirl at all,
mm-hmm.
But the crossover episode in the Flash with the whole musical thing kind of made me look at Supergirl a bit more, and I was like, okay, I might check that out. But yeah, no, I didn't really like Legends of Tomorrow. Supergirl looks interesting, but I'm very apprehensive to it, and the Arrow, I can't continue on with it. It's just...
Yeah, I thought this was going to, like, for some reason, it's going to be the last season, or give a conclusion to lead to the next season will be the last, but it looks like they're going to be around for another couple of seasons.
I mean, if they change the personality of Oliver at this point, I feel it's going to be a bit awkward.
I think that from the last two seasons, they're transitioning to him a bit more lighter tone. Actually calling him the Green Arrow, is the step.
Okay.
So, I could believe by the season 7, we'll have a more funny, chill, light tone, because the last two seasons was about forgetting his past and this and that, but then suppose this season is going to have some type of character from his past again. And I'm like, I thought we're done with the whole flashbacks. But that's what they said. They were done with the flashbacks. So
it only takes 7 seasons for you to become happy again.
I guess. I mean, all that women that come and go in his life. Jeez, that makes him happy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I wish, because if it was me and I had the chance to look at the Arrow and the Green Arrow, I would have started off with him having a slightly more jovial tone. I would have waited to introduce the Black Canary for at least 2 or 3 seasons. Like, keep her there as keep Diana there, but don't make her that powerhouse. Make her kind of like, if you remember...
They kind of killed her and then brought her back as a villain and a counterpart of Earth.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I know this might not be the best comparison, but if you remember Black Cat from Spider-Man,
yeah,
how she was kind of always the background, sort of an anti-hero sort of character, I feel like that would have been interesting to do with the Black Canary originally. But then obviously you have to go kill her and, like you said, bring her back again.
Yeah, she's from Earth 2, their alternate reality and this and that, and yeah, she's a villain called Black Star from what I remember. So yeah.
Let's just have
and then they got a new lady who comes in to become the new Black Canary. It's probably coming out this season.
Let's just have the show be called Gorilla Grodd and just leave it at that.
I know, right? Gorilla Grodd is, but hey, I had that budget though.
Yeah, we need just Gorilla Grodd. Just no one else, Gorilla Grodd.
Speaking of old DC shows, I did mention Black Knight, a new TV show coming out next year, 2018. But here's another one, Teen Titans live action series. I I think it's not going to be for 2018 early. Maybe they're trying to get it early as fall 2018. If not, you're going to get in 2019. And yeah, you have Dick Grayson, you have Raven, and you have Starfire. Other characters rumored to be like, you know, if they want to go ahead and like bring in Kid Flash or
so you think
Red Arrow.
You think they're going to go closer to the Young Justice version instead of the actual Teen Titans?
No, they're actually gonna mix it a bit, but they're gonna be older. Like,
okay.
You're gonna see a grown adult Nightwing.
Oh, nice.
Supposedly it started off with that he's supposedly being a cop or something like that.
Is he gonna? Because if you remember in the Young Justice season 2, they made him kind of the mentor to
the new setup,
the team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to do that with this? Or?
Nah, this is going to be just strictly about Nightwing as the leader. You got Raven, you got Starfire. They're going to have them as an actual one unit.
Oh, wow.
And maybe, like I said, you might see Kid Flash, you might see Red Arrow. They will love to have Beast Boy from what I've been told. And maybe some other random character. If not, it's going to start with those main three.
Well, I like the Dark Universes. I like them. They need to bring in their jovial characters. Because there are plenty of jokes to be had in dark times. I'm just saying, Beast Boy, you need to be there. We need you. Got to bring some lightheartedness because I don't think they're going to let Dick be the lighthearted center.
Nah, I could see maybe Starfire being the only one.
That's more at her expense than her purposely trying to joke.
Yeah. But those three are the main, like, I can't think of anybody else right now besides those three showing up for Teen Titans.
Well, it'll be interesting to see.
The Titans. I think they're going to start out as called the Titans.
I mean, that obviously would make more sense.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. I really hope they don't try to do any love triangles with it. Just let them fight crime.
Yeah. Let's have some superpower villains and stuff.
Seriously.
Trigon.
Bring Slade in there. I don't know.
Trigon. Slade. Deadshot.
Clayface.
Oh, Clayface.
I mean, that'd be interesting.
I mean, hey, if Arrow could have, like, almost 50% of your villains have been Batman, so you might as well just bring Clayface in that.
That's what I'm saying. Just tell everyone there's no such thing as Batman. It's all been Oliver the whole time.
So you guys, go ahead and comment and like, share, tell me what you think. You know, is there any DC show that you like? Oh, any DC character have its own show? Would you like to have? And then you have Titans. Like, who do you like to show up in Titans besides those main three characters? Peace out.